this whole series is all about sharing different community builders who we have on, having different journeys, be it specifically brand community builders or then some community entrepreneurs. So we have been calling and having all kind of entrepreneurs and all kind of community builders in this show, and here you are. So thank you so much. And
I'm glad. Thank you for having me today.
So, I have planned a few questions for you, which I'll be asking. And let's start with the first one of this series, which is a journey of a brand community builder. And we will start with your journey, basically. So, my question about you is, it's more about how are you, how was your journey, and was this community role always there in your plan? It just happened. How did you came to this field? All over the thing, I would love to have you covered, and we all would love to listen to that. Here you go.
Okay. Hi everyone, and welcome once again. And thank you for joining us today. So my name is Nikita, and I manage the Google Developer Groups and Women Techmakers program in India. And I have been in this role for more than a year now. And I'm working and associated with Google for more than 2 years now. So I did not join Google as a community manager basically, and I started as a project manager. And then eventually I moved to this role of community manager. So I'll go in the flashback and take you back say 7 years ago or 8 years ago, when I was a college student, and I used to struggle a lot understanding the basic engineering concepts, and that ultimately made me feel not so interested in engineering. The faculty, the education in India, we all know how good or bad it is, so we all have our own perspective.
What is your perspective, people? Meanwhile, I'm just thinking, what's your perspective on the faculty of engineering colleges in India? Please drop that in the message box. Yeah, you continue, Nikita. I'll just keep on doing that so that we engage everyone. Yeah.
So we all have our biases. Sometimes we have professors that we love. Sometimes we really hate them throughout our lives. Maybe more than our ex-girlfriends or boyfriends. So. That's how my journey has been. There were professors I enjoyed learning from. There are professors I never enjoyed learning from. With this, there were a few subjects that I never could understand. And that was the most integral part of my studies, that is programming. So I wanted to learn programming, but I did not have good professors who can make me understand what is programming and how do computers understand human language.
Right.
And that is where I got introduced to this community called as Google Student Clubs, which was about mostly bringing in students from our campuses and help them learn new technologies. I started taking registrations for this community. Basically, I used to sit outside the event place and I used to take registrations because I thought communities is not the place for me, and it's for someone who has experience with technologies or someone who knows programming and they get inside and start talking about it. So that was my ideal concept of communities that time.
Right.
With time, I got to know that this was the place which gave me enormous opportunities to learn something. So my seniors put me in a position where I was expected to teach new technologies to students in my campuses. I was expected to solve doubts for students where they were stuck learning something new. So those small lipticks helped me learn a new technology, and it ultimately gave me the confidence to learn something new.
Right. So community directly impacted you during the college, right? Like you just got impacted and you found out that there is a better chance of learning via community than the so good or not so good professors, right? I guess that's where it got stuck, right?
True. So ultimately, communities helped me learn what I was supposed to learn in my college days. And it gave me a good start because not only because I got opportunities, but I got opportunities to learn with people with similar interests. So when I was trying to learn something new, I knew there were so many people along with me who had similar challenges, who faced similar challenges. So that really helped me grow as a student in my college days. With time, I moved to GDG, which is Google Developer Group, as a participant and as a volunteer again. And I was helping the existing organizers plan events by helping them draw memberships and arrange speakers or taking any voluntary activities that would come along my way. So this was also the time where I was working with a startup and I started my own startup. So I was basically, my weekends were focused on three things. One is giving some of my time to the startup I was working on, because when you work with startups, there's nothing like a weekend that comes to you. Then second is I was trying to build my own products, which means I was also dedicating my time to build something of my own. And third thing was these communities which were driving me crazy. So when I said I had my own full-time job, I also was focusing on my own startup. Where did this time to contribute to the community come from? So this is where I had one purpose in mind, that I wanted to make education accessible to everyone, because I understood how much important it was to make good resources and content available for everyone, so that they can become better, they can do better in their professions, they can build impactful solutions. So this was there, and there is where my startup idea was about focusing on helping students learn new technologies, may that be hacking, may that be programming. I wanted them to learn at any place, and I was trying to build products at scale at that point of time.
Right.
The only reason I was working with a startup is I wanted something that can fund my own startup. I needed something to run my own
That's a good
product.
idea. Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's how I was basically trying to get money from. But my heart was with communities, because there was where I could connect with a lot of developers to understand their challenges. And based on that, I could build products. I'd speak more on these topics, on how you can do more on beta testing with communities, how it can help your products if you are running your own startups and things like that. But yeah, that was my motivation that time. More than a cause, it was about also helping my own product at that point of time, just not from promoting my business perspective, but also trying to understand what people want, what the end users want, and based on that I can build my own products.
Really happy to hear that you have lived so well, Nikita, and and you have hustled through it. Inspired to hear that you never chose a simple path to just go, which is really amazing. Let's move to the second thing where I want to ask, which I already said, we chose community management, or our heart is there in community management because we feel that we are impacting lives, right? We are impacting lives directly through this place. So my question is again to you is, why don't you tell all of us one impact story, one good story about some of the member whose life your work, your community has impacted? I'm sure, because those are the motivating factors which might impact a lot of community builders here who are listening to us, and it will tell them the core of community is basically to really move people's lives, and one such good story from your side will actually help all of us. So yeah, here you go.
Yeah, so who doesn't want a job where you can do good work and also get paid for it? And that's exactly the job of a community manager. Especially with Google developer communities, our role is to help developers become success. So that is where my interest and the company's vision align the most. Is we want developers become a success, and our everyday conversations are about how we can build strategies that can help most of the developers become a success.
Right.
Ultimately, it's a large scale program, and what we do may not help everyone at the same level, but I'm sure somebody coming to a community meetup was feeling lonely earlier, but at the event they found someone to talk to. Maybe they did not mingle after that to another level, but they made friends, and they found happiness, that they were able to talk to someone and rather not feel lonely. That's just a small thing that the organizers may or may not have thought about while they were planning the event, but that was a small thing that you do. And then there are a lot of things, right? So say you plan an event and that helps someone land into a job. That's a big achievement for you, because ultimately, if it's a first time job that someone gets and they are happy that is something that they were expecting, and the event really helped them land into that job, it's a big thing for us.
I can think of multiple stories here of all such events, and then people telling you later that how they met someone, they met a founder there, and then they got interacted with them, and then they just got hired on the place. So I have heard some stories like that. Lovely, good to hear.
Yeah. So there's one thing around networking and finding job opportunities. Then there is events where you focus on upskilling, and based on those skill sets, developers are able to apply for jobs, and that helps them successfully get through the opportunity that they were looking at. That's another success story. Then there are impactful community projects that our team supports, and they are really helping people save lives. So this reminds me of second wave of COVID, where everyone was hustling and the times were very, very bad, because we were falling lack of resources. People were scared if they were able to survive in the next couple of months, and things were really pathetic at that point of time.
Yeah, true.
So there is where a couple of our community members planned on some project ideas, but they did not know how to move ahead. They did not know if they will have enough of resources to support. And this is where they reached out to me if I could help them in some personal capacity, if I can help them in professional capacity. So that they can build some solutions that can help people find resources at that point of time. Some of them focus on mental health, and they found in some solutions that can help people struggle with stress, anxiety.
Right.
So there were multiple projects that came in at that point of time, and personally and professionally, I was able to support 21 of them during second wave of COVID. So
amazing.
Those are the best memories I have of the recent times, because that time everybody was looking for help, and everybody was trying to help in some way or the other. So it was a juncture of both the things, where people were seeking for help, and everybody, regardless they know the person or not, was trying to help. And this is how I could play a small role in the big will of people, their mindset at that point of time.
Lastly, if I have to ask, is about the kickstarting the career in the community industry. So if anyone who's listening is trying to get into community industry, we have the champ sitting here, whose name is Nikta, and she's gonna give you 5 insights, 5 things or 3 things. You tell me.
I don't know if I even have an insight,
but how one can start. Okay, let's take 3, and then you follow them, and probably you will get a chance to apply for such profession, for roles, and probably crack the job. So I'll focus on 3. You can keep on saying, we'll find the summary in the end.
Okay, so I don't have a lot of experience on what other companies look at while they are hiring someone as a community manager, but one thing that I get when I'm active on LinkedIn is people basically look at my experience in the past, and that's why they want to hire me. So again, if you are a beginner and if you want to get started, I may not have all the answers for you, but I can definitely tell you what Google looks at while they are hiring a community manager.
Lovely. Here's your key tips. People, listen to it. If you want to get into Google, there's some knowledge bomb dropping. Yeah, go on, Nikita.
Yeah. So first thing is Google looks at your program management skills, because ultimately as a community manager, you are expected to manage programs like Google Developer Groups or Women Tech Makers, or there are more such several programs that are run. Right. So how are your project or program management skills? This is the first thing that they will evaluate for. Right. Second is strategies. So how you can help the company grow, how you can help the product grow. This is the second thing that they will be evaluating for, and you should have a lot of ideas around that. So don't go with your own biases, what worked for you, and don't just speak about stories in your interviews, but be realistic. Don't have any biases, what Google may want or what Google may expect from you in that particular answer, and speak more on a general term on what would actually help a company if they want to scale a particular product, or if they want to build something from scratch, or if they want to bring in new members to the product. These are a few questions that they might ask you for interviews. Okay. And third thing that they would look at is your communication skills. So how well you are able to articulate and communicate concepts. That is the third thing that they would look at. So be very articulate about your thoughts, try to summarize them well, and add a lot of structure to what you speak, so that even if the interviewer is all over places, they are able to understand what you're trying to say or communicate, and that would help them know that in a world full of information, you're trying to present yourself well, and that's the best tracking point for you.
Again, a big thanks, Nikita. Thank you. You have a great weekend, and you keep impacting a lot of people's life. I hope the best developers should meet you and get impacted, and you will be getting a lot of energy out of that and then impact more lives. So that's my wishes to you. And yeah, that's about it. We will take the leave now.
Thank you everyone. Great weekend.
Bye. Perfect. Bye everyone.
Bye.